Welcome to the Weekends Over podcast. We're back here to talk NFL playoffs. And of course, I'm here with the boys. Max, say whatever you want to say.
Hi.
Uh, you're gonna introduce me?
Taylor.
Hello. I mean, you just stared at me. I mean, what the fuck was that?
Sorry, I'm a little special. But Taylor,
Yeah.
go ahead and tell them about who won this
Well,
year's regular season for NFL.
it's not over really, because I'll
I
give you the
said regular season.
Yeah, but we're gonna keep the same records going into the playoffs.
Regular
But
season champ.
yeah, you can be the regular season champ. I mean, that's fine. Oh my God, he just threw a pick. Um, Alex, because the last 2 weeks with the holidays and everything, we didn't constantly pick. Sometimes we
I
send
did.
picks.
Everyone else did it.
I did one week, I didn't the other. Max, of course, didn't do either week. So we all have decided, instead of just like counting, because I did a really good last week and Alex did really bad, but the problem is I didn't do it the week before. So I mean, I would have like an 0 for 14 in my thing. So wouldn't matter. So we've all decided to just keep our records after week 16, because we didn't do 17 or 18, of course.
We chopped the last 2 weeks, yes.
So Alex is in first place in the regular season champ at 85 and 55. I'm 2 games behind him at 83 and 57, and Max is coming in last at 75 and 64. Max, how does that feel?
That's not what my records say.
Oh yeah, Max texted in our group this week and said I'm 9-0 right now. He didn't fucking pick a game.
Well, I pick the games after they've been played. That's how you
Oh
win.
yeah, okay, yeah. Can
It's
I
a
do
good
that in
strat.
Vegas? I'd be rich.
Hey guys, I'm gonna place this bet after. Just gonna let you know.
If I could time travel, if that'd be the first thing I'd do.
Well,
I would time travel and I would go put in the most ridiculously insane like 14 leg parlay for like $10,000.
you ever seen Back to the Future with the guy
Yeah,
has a
it
sports
bets on the
almanac?
he bets on the Cubs.
He just bets. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the dream scenario right there. And while we're doing this podcast, we are watching the Penn State Notre Dame game.
Notre
Fourth
Dame.
quarter, 17-17 right now. Notre Dame just threw their pick, so looking like a good game. Obviously, me and Taylor went money line for this one. So
But
it's turning out to
it's
be a
kind of
fun one.
important, because if I whiff on this,
Then I go up
then
then I go up into the championship.
we-
I won. I win college football.
you
That's what happens. Because you can't make up
no, you'd be
2
one game
games.
up. Yeah, I thought it would just because here's the problem. I mean, we talked about this on the pod, but like me and him are just gonna pick Ohio State. I mean, so
Yeah.
like I thought I'd have a better shot of picking against Penn State than picking against Ohio State. Calculated risk.
Understandable. But yeah, so we're not really going to go over too many NFL games from last week. I mean, the only big one was the Lions and the Vikings playing for that 2 spot. And
one spot.
playing for that 1 spot.
Fine spot.
And yeah, the Lions handled business. Jahmyr Gibbs, 4 tutty game. Alabama product right there looked great. Sam Darnold kind of looked very shaky. I'm curious to see how he's going to be in the playoffs, obviously. But besides that, I mean, no other games really stood out to me.
That was more on the Vikings coach for trying to Dan Campbell everything. He just threw a pick.
There's a flag.
What is
That
it?
was
Is
a
it?
horrible throw.
I think he's walking off. So
Triple coverage.
well, it's not
Yeah,
pass interference. Real quick, Alex. I know we're not talking about it, but I'd say more the what's his name from the Vikings got into like a Dan Campbell
You call
off
it
of
pass interference.
on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It was triple
That's-
coverage.
that helps you out. They're about to get it
That does
close.
help me. Thank you.
Yeah, that was
That's
a horrible
an awful
decision.
call. That's an awful call.
That's terrible call. Oh my
That's
god.
a
Watch
god.
the replay, the slow. Oh my gosh, that's a terrible call. But I'll take it. Let's get in there, Alan.
Oh my gosh, dude! You can face guard in college. He didn't do anything. In the NFL, yeah, that's pass interference, but
That is horrible.
that is
It
terrible.
was a terrible throw. The other guy was undercut the ball. Like, it wasn't going to catch it.
Well, Max, if what's his name is going to get a touchdown, Allen, this is this is where it needs to happen for you.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I mean, Lions handle
the-
business.
And the Vikings, for whatever
There's a
fucking
beer
reason,
can on the field. Someone threw a Michelob Ultra.
yeah, throw it. Throw that shit out there.
Not the Michelob Ultra. You got to drink that.
So, real quick, the Vikings just fell in love. I don't know why they didn't take points sometimes in that game. They just went for it a bunch, so they were out of it.
Wonder what Shane Gillis thought of that call.
But yeah. Okay. Anyways, NFL playoffs. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, we're gonna go ahead and get started for this.
I mean, real quick. Just everybody, real quick. Say your MVP. I think it's Josh.
Lamar Jackson.
I think Lamar should win
Lamar
it.
Jackson.
There's my
It's
thing.
Lamar.
They're gonna give it to Josh though, because Lamar has two. If it was the other way around,
It's that where
I
it's
think that's
that
dumb.
thing. It's where someone's won it so much that they want to give it to someone else.
I know, but Lamar had a better season. I don't know where everybody's saying like Josh had a better season.
No,
I mean, they both had historic seasons to the point where they made Saquon like in a normal season. Saquon Barkley is like the runaway MVP, and now he's gonna finish third, and nobody's even talking about him. But yeah, I think it should be Lamar, but they'll pick Josh.
Rookie of the year.
Jaden Daniels.
Daniels, yeah, that's a pretty easy one. Max, anything different?
I don't think it's easy, but they ran it with Singleton, didn't they? You're way ahead of me.
Goodness.
Does he get another touchdown?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you're way.
I think Singleton scored again.
I'm so sorry.
Allen was in, they just didn't give it to him.
Max, rookie of the year.
I mean, I guess I could have went Singleton over one, but bullshit. What you
Rookie of the
say?
year.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year. Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's won the MVP. All right, got that. Rookie of the year. Brock Bowers.
Ooh.
I like the alternative
He
take.
should. He's not going to, but he should.
Yeah,
It's probably going to be Jaden Daniels.
it will be Jaden Daniels, 100%. But I do like the Brock Bowers love. But okay, let's just go ahead and get into our picks. We'll start off with the first game, Chargers at the Texans. I'm going to start it off. Chargers have had a great year. Texans have had a very underwhelming year. Right now, the Chargers are favored by 3.5 going into the Texans. That's the one thing in the NFL is like going into a team's home stadium. Obviously, I know the Texans underperformed. They still won their division, a very bad division, and being at home is going to help them out. The Chargers, I'm very curious. Anyways, that was a weird way to word that. The defense, and if they can get the pass rush to Houston on CJ, I think it'll be a long day for them. But I'm going to go with the Texans to cover the 3, possibly win just being at home. And I think the CJ Stroud effect, I think we'll get to see a little CJ Stroud magic just for this first round. I'm not going to say they're going to make a run, but just this first round, I think they'll be able to sneak it out. One thing I do like for this game is the under, just with how the play of the game is going to go. I think they're both going to try to run the ball. Joe Mixon might have a big game. Also, I also like McConkey to have over however many receptions. He's been getting fed a lot recently. Taylor, what do you think?
The Chargers are going to blow them out.
Mhm.
Texans haven't played worth of shit in 10 weeks.
No, yeah.
I mean, the Chargers defense is really good.
Yeah.
Stroud's going to have to try to do more, play superhero, and probably throw some picks. I don't know. I think it's a bad matchup. I think it's a bad matchup for Houston. Not that I think they have a good matchup, but be honest with you, like I think they would. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that happening.
To be honest with you, like I think I have more faith in the Broncos covering than I do the Texans covering.
Okay.
And I don't have faith in a lot of those in the Broncos covering either. I'm just saying that's how much a little I think of the Houston Texans.
Max?
Give me the Chargers, just because I trust Jim Harbaugh. He's proven You know, he's been there.
D'Amico?
I love D'Amico, in which, the Texans have not looked good recently, but now it's the playoffs. I think everybody kind of turns up a little bit, which, I think it's going to be a really close game. I think it's going to be one of those, low scoring. They're going to be trying to run the ball, defense. But I think the Chargers have the better quarterback, and he's going to find a way to do it.
All right. Next up, Steelers at the Ravens. Baltimore is 9.5-point favorites. Taylor, I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Lay him. Baltimore will cover. I think the Steelers. I talked to Alex about this before because Steelers. I mean, I'm gonna let him talk on it more because he's kind of been the guy that's been on the Steelers all year. So I asked him if I just was off on this, but uh, they haven't really played good in what 5 weeks, 6 weeks. What have they lost? 5 or 6 in a row?
Something like that.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough. This would have been a tough matchup if they were playing good, because like winning in Baltimore in the playoffs is hard. By the way, I really want either one of Baltimore or Buffalo to make the Super Bowl. I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Max.
Baltimore minus 9.5.
Baltimore covers. Steelers' deep offense has looked terrible. Um, I don't think they have much of an offense other than throwing the ball up to Pickens and hoping that he makes an incredible catch, which sometimes he will, but it hasn't been happening.
Yeah, he's looked bad. So I'm going with the Ravens. They're going to cover 9.5. Steelers benefited from a very weak schedule at the beginning of the year, and their defense is very formidable against bad teams. But once they start playing good teams, they don't hold up well. They just can't score enough points. One thing I will say, Pickens, they're going to have to figure something out with him. Like Max was saying, sometimes he makes a good play, sometimes doesn't. Last week, they might win their game. They might beat the Bengals if he makes some of those catches. He played horrible, had a lot of drop passes, and a lot of it looks like immaturity from him. And it's especially if you are a Steelers fan, I'm not, but if you're a Steelers fan, you don't want that from a star wide receiver. I mean, they might be having flashbacks to Antonio Brown, but the thing is, Pickens is not as
The
proven
goat,
as Antonio. Huh?
the goat.
The
The
GOAT.
GOAT, yeah, CTESPN. Uh,
CT is
Okay.
being.
he doesn't have a track record good enough to be able to start doing some of those temper tantrums. He just has to perform. I mean, the Ravens are starting to pick up steam. The offense looks really good. The one thing I do worry about in the playoffs with the Ravens is going to be the defense, and I don't think their defense is bad enough to get beat by the Steelers' offense. So Ravens cover. Next up, Broncos at the Bills. Buffalo's minus 8.5. Max, I'll let you start this one off.
Uh, I'm gonna take the Bills, obviously, because Josh Allen. The Broncos do scare me though. This could be one of those weird games. Uh, but I'm just gonna stick with what I think the better team is.
Taylor.
I
Broncos, you
hate
Bo Nix
I hate this
cocksucker.
I hate this line because if I'd rather it be one. I'd rather it be 7.5 or 9.5 or 10.5. Just like I want to say Broncos are going to play hard. I think they are, but road game in Buffalo for the playoffs, first round. You know what? Give me Broncos cover. Miami's gone there in the playoffs a couple years with lesser teams and covered the big lines. I think so. Without Tua, of course, I'm not talking about the Dolphins teams with Tua, but the team last year without Tua or 2 years ago, I can't remember, and they covered that line. So give me Denver to cover.
So I'm going Bills money line. That's my one money line I'm using this week. I had this very, very, very weird 8.5 points. I mean, I don't like that either way. So I'm gonna go Bills money line. I do think they're gonna win the game. I think they have the better team. They've had the better team the whole year. Broncos defense is the factor though. I mean, if they can get Josh Allen to be the old Josh Allen, throw some picks, then they have a game on their hands. But if Josh Allen is this year's Josh Allen, then they should handle this game. I think it will be close. Bo Nix, I'm curious to see how he's going to do first playoff game. See if we can get some of that passing game going against Cortland Sutton. Marvin Mims has been really good, especially a deep threat. And also, I don't know the tight end's name that they have, but he's actually been really solid for them. So I'm curious to see that. One thing I do like for this game is the run, the rush attempts. Which is weird for James Cook. He's been averaging over 12 to 14 a game. Prize Picks does have a line out there right now for rush attempts, and I think it's at 12.5. And especially with the pace of this game, I think he'll actually hit it. So weird little stat right there. Little
Hey, you gotta
gambler right
give
there.
Bo Nix. I know it was against a Chiefs practice squad, but he had a fucking amazing game.
He had a game. He definitely had a game, but I will say, like,
But
Taylor said,
it kind of felt like okay, this is your
Wow.
moment, and then you go into the something just happened.
You'll see. I'm not gonna ruin it.
let's see.
Please don't throw a fucking pick. I kind of pull for Notre
Oh,
Dame right
fell
now.
down.
Oh my god.
Max is rooting for Notre Dame right now because he wants the ball back.
I need Katron Allen in the end zone, baby.
There you go. What dude just fell down?
Yeah.
Slipped or
Yeah,
something?
He really just got his ankles.
That's such a cool game to be at. Penn State versus Notre Dame, two classic like college football teams. That is a great college
Yeah.
matchup. That is really cool. Let's see what happens.
Brand name college football teams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think he
he
got
just
his
got ankles collected.
he got ankles.
Got his ankles.
Ankles collected. All right. Next up, Packers at the Eagles. I'm gonna start this one off. Philadelphia's 4.5 point favorites. I'm riding the Eagles on this one. I think they'll handle this one. Packers, I mean, obviously they ended the season losing to the Bears. Obviously they weren't really playing. They put in their backup QB for most of the game. But the Eagles have been really good this year. The addition of Saquon has been really big for them. And that dual threat ability of Jalen Hurts is there, and it also opens up that pass game for them. And the Packers have been kind of prone to getting beat sometimes. And also, I just think that their offense, the Packers, very turnover prone. They also just lost Christian Watson. I'm not gonna act like he's a big loss for them because he's out for most of the season anyway. Josh Jacobs is going to be the key for this game. If the Packers want to win, they're going to have to get Josh Jacobs in the run game really big so they can open up that pass game because they do have a bunch of good receivers, but they don't have that key guy that they really need to be able to be like a consistent receiver target. So if the Packers want to be in this game, they're going to have to get Josh Jacobs involved. But I'm going Eagles. I think Saquon's going to lead the way for them, and I think AJ Brown touchdown is a lot as well. So Philly covers 4.5. We'll go to Max. Max, what do you think?
4.5.
4.5.
They did a good job with the Lions. I'll give them that.
I'm gonna go Packers. I just think their defense is really good, and I really don't know why. I just think the Packers will get it done. Can't explain it better than that. I think their defense is really good. I think the Eagles will struggle. I think
Packers...
they're going Packers cover.
Okay. Taylor?
Yeah, give me Philly money line.
Max, you still have your money line, by the way.
I would use it on my next one because the Minnesota one is like -1. There's no point of using a money line on that. I didn't think about money line, or I definitely would have used it on Buffalo.
Sorry.
They did a good job on this line. 'Cause I think Philly will win, but Philly doesn't exactly. Oh yeah, let me say it like this: Philly doesn't exactly blow out the good to average teams. I know they blow out like the Giants or something like that, but so. And Jalen is successful to do something stupid, among with other things great. I'm just saying.
Jordan Love is also.
No, I think Philly's gonna win.
Yeah.
Now, are they the 2 or the 3?
Philly is the 2.
Okay, so they would play. Okay, I got you. So they're playing. Oh, they're playing Tampa Bay or. Well, yeah, probably Tampa Bay or could be.
Be a
Yeah,
rematch.
I'd rather it be the Vikings and then they. I don't want to see Lions Vikings in the divisional.
Yeah. Next up, Commanders at the Bucks. Tampa Bay's -3. Taylor, go ahead.
Uh, Give me Tampa Bay -3. I think Jaden will have a good showing, but it's his first playoff game. I mean, Andrew Luck was really awesome, and in his first playoff game, he looked awful.
And
So
Baker's been looking good.
yeah, but and a Mike Evans. I mean, I think that's a tough matchup for them. It will be fun, but you know, I don't know.
Max.
Yeah, the Bucks to cover. Like I said, Baker's been on fire. Even though Mike Evans should have caught that touchdown last week, that would have secured me $500. Hit him in the face mask and he dropped it. Uh, but Baker's been on fire. I think the Bucks are, they're gotten healthier late in the season. Obviously, with getting Mike Evans back, getting him back in groove. Defense has been playing better. Like I do think uh, Commanders will. I think it'll be a good game. I think Jane Daniels will have a good showing, like Taylor said. But I think he'll probably make a few mistakes here and there where Baker will take advantage of it and go get some points.
What's this podcast called?
The weekend's up. Oh, his? I don't know.
No, this podcast that we're talking on. What is it called?
The weekend's over.
I don't
You're
know.
gonna take the over.
This is the over. I'm gonna take. I think it's gonna be a really fun, high scoring game. Uh, Total points right now is 50.5. I mean, I could see this being 31-27, 28-27. I mean, I could see it being high score. I don't see it being low scoring. I'm taking the Bucks -3. Like they've been talking about excuse me. Baker's been balling. Mike Evans been really good. McMillan's been really good. Kate Otten's been good. Bucky Irving's been really good. Rashad White. I mean, they've got some offensive players. I mean, for the Commanders, I agree. I mean, Jay Daniels is going to get his rushing yards. Terry McLaurin's been a big target for them. Austin Eckler, Brian Robinson, even I can't remember the guy, the other receiver for the Commanders that has a really weird name. He's been having a lot of good targets recently. I see high scoring all over this one, and I'm just gonna go with the Bucks. Their quarterback is not a rookie, so he's been in here before. He's won a playoff game before. I think Jaden's gonna have a good game. I just think maybe he doesn't make a right read. Uh, something along the line of just being a rookie. I think it might be the game for him. Also, maybe I trust the Bucks defense a little bit more. So, last
Yeah.
game for us, Vikings at Rams. Max, Minnesota is favored by 1. Also, this game is being played in Arizona. They are moving it.
Has it been announced or no?
Yes, it has been. They're playing it in Arizona.
You know what? If the one team had to lose home field advantage, it would be Los Angeles. I don't think that affects them at all. I mean, they don't necessarily have like
No.
it's not like Buffalo having to move or Baltimore or
Mm-hmm. Big
Um,
block by whoever that running back was.
give me, give me, give me the Rams. I don't know why. I just think Matthew Stafford they can get hot and put some points up real quick. And I don't know. The Vikings have been really good, man. They've, all year. It's just, I don't know if I can trust Sam Darnold in the playoffs.
Especially at that last showing, kind of left a sour taste in people's mouth.
Yeah.
I'm also going Rams +1. I mean, I think their offense is really good. I know the Vikings defense has been great the whole season, besides the last game. Sam Darnold, I mean, I know every quarterback's going to have a bad game. The Vikings do have a bunch of offensive weapons on them. Justin Jefferson, stud. Aaron Jones, very good. TJ Hawkinson. I was gonna call him Big Cock Hawk, but I didn't say that. Um, yeah, I mean, I think the Rams offensively, Puka Nakua, I think Cooper Cup's gonna be able to have some plays. I know he's been sucking recently. Uh,
Last half
whatever
of
the
the
running
year, he's
backs?
been bad.
Yeah, what's the running back's name? I don't know why I can't think of it right now.
Kyron,
Kyron Williams. I could
yeah.
think of Blake Corum for some reason, but not Kyron Williams. I trust Matthew Stafford a little bit more. Um, I think they're going to be able to do this, especially all the stuff going on in Los Angeles. I think come out there, play for Los Angeles. I think they get a win. Taylor.
Minnesota -1. I think it's been overstated how important. Like I saw a bunch of people saying like whoever lost that game was probably going to lose in the first round, and whoever won it, like the Vikings Lions game, and then whoever won it was set up to go to the conference finals. I think Minnesota will be fine, and yeah, they'll be back. It doesn't hurt them either because it's in a dome, so it went from a dome to a dome, and they play in a dome.
Mhm.
I
All
think
right,
Darnold will
that's
have a bounce back. What
sorry, I
did
didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah,
Max? Did Max take the Rams?
Jay took the Rams.
Yeah.
And you did Tampa Bay money line, correct, Max?
No, I
Yeah, he
took
did.
10 Bay cover.
Dude, money line. You have a money
I'll
line.
do money line. Yeah, I haven't used mine.
You have a money line.
I'll
Okay,
use money line on Tampa Bay.
and then okay, Rams. Wow, I'm the only one on the Vikings.
I think that
Yeah,
Sam
you're
Darnold one
Sam
last.
Darnold, hog
Yes.
sniffer.
I think that one kind of scared me off of him. Now we're gonna do some SEC basketball for the weekend.
Good lord.
We'll do some of the bigger games. They don't have all the lines out, so a lot of this is just gonna be money lines and all that for us. Um,
Real
unless
quick,
Taylor has them.
I can pull up some of the predictive lines real quick. I'm just looking at our week, and 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. Wow, we missed on a. Max went 6-3. I don't think I did good. Yeah, I mean
Basketball,
we'll talk about it more late during the week.
I
I'm
did
just
horrible. I did horrible. I did horrible. I hit Bama and
What'd you do?
Auburn.
I think you went like two and
I was
seven.
gonna say, I bet I went two. Yeah, I bet I only
You
hit
went
two
2-7.
games.
Max went 6-3. I'm doing this live. Sorry guys. I went 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3. No, I went 4-5. So Max won. Max, I mean, obviously this is like I'll
Woo.
count up like and add to our totals, but yeah. Alex is gonna read it out, and I'll do the best to get a line for us that's fair.
So I'm only gonna do the big SEC. Y'all want me to do all of them, or just the bigger ones?
All of them.
Okay, we'll do
Okay.
all of them.
We can
We'll
run
start
through
with
them.
yeah. Okay. Home team's on the bottom. Auburn at South Carolina.
That
Taylor.
line, God bless. I mean, I think it's gonna be a lot of points. That's the problem. Yeah, it's gonna be an 18-point line, probably 18.5. It's probably gonna be like the Missouri. I think Auburn's a little pissed off how they played at Texas, even though they won. Hey, shout out Bruce Pearl, winningest coach in Auburn basketball history after he won the other night. I think they cover. We're we're doing this live. Should we just pick the winners? Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
okay,
Because the
we'll just
lines aren't even really out yet
yeah. This is
Yeah.
for
stupid.
most of them.
This is stupid. I mean,
All right.
yeah.
I
No,
have Auburn winning that as well.
Auburn, yeah, Auburn.
Auburn winning as
Max.
well.
Yeah.
Auburn,
All right.
Auburn.
Vandy at Missouri. I'm going. Oh, man, it's funny. Last time I went all home teams, and they just all got clobbered. Golly.
I think everybody overreacted. Not just talking about you, but I think everybody overreacted the opening weekend because everybody went
Yeah.
7-1. I think I did too, but then I looked into it more, and all the home teams were playing had big mismatches that week, pretty much.
Give me Vandy. Vandy beats Missouri.
Nope. Missouri wins. They're too talented.
Nah.
I'm actually pretty high on Mizzou. I think out of the bottom tier teams that are still really good, they're up there with them. Like I wouldn't maybe not put them in the I mean, I don't think I put them with Mississippi State, Florida, Alabama, or Auburn, of course, but I'd put them above like Arkansas, even Ole Miss right now, who had a good week. But yeah, I'm high on Missouri.
Dang, Notre Dame's really gonna run it out, I think.
Hey, by the way, real quick, I had a really dumb moment that nobody's picked up on pod, thankfully, because we don't have that many. I'd get flamed. I was talking about Asa Newell from Georgia, and I was thinking in my head Trey Johnson from Texas. So I'm talking about the fucking scoring guard. Asa Newell is a fucking 6'11" power forward. I was thinking of Trey Johnson from Texas, and I was talking about Asa Newell. So I apologize for that. So Asa Newell, I understand you're not a guard.
He's
He
gonna
did look
stop watching this podcast now.
he did look really good against Kentucky. I'm really high on him.
All right.
The Lakers should draft
Florida
him.
at Arkansas. Florida just absolutely clobbered Tennessee. Arkansas just got dubbed at home. Give me Florida.
Yeah, give me Florida. I wonder what. Give me Florida.
Give me Florida as well. They're just
Oh,
Arkansas just hasn't found it yet. Florida is obviously one of the top tier teams in the SEC.
they beat the shit out of
I think they're
Tennessee.
not at the top. They did beat the shit out. I get it, they're at home, but they beat the shit out. It wasn't close the whole game.
We'll get to it when we talk about Tennessee, but I think that says more about Tennessee than it does Florida.
I do
Actually.
too. I think it
I
says more
actually
about
did
Tennessee's
see that
offense.
because Florida actually didn't play that great offensively.
No.
I mean, they run a fast-paced offense, so 73 points for them is kind of like scoring 60s, low 60s, to be honest with you. But anyways, go ahead,
And
Alex.
Tennessee's had some close games with teams that, like Illinois. It's just like, Auburn and Alabama handled Illinois.
Well, I mean, I'll just get into it now, and then we can do Tennessee, Texas real quick because I know they play. But Tennessee's problem, if you like stack them up against like the Auburns, the Alabamas, the Floridas, and even the Mississippi States now, it's they are prone to have that night every once in a while. And I don't necessarily know if Auburn, Alabama. I'm not saying Auburn, Alabama can't have bad shooting nights or like, but I don't know if they can be that bad. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think their floor on offense is scary low for an elite team.
I think Alabama and Auburn get way too many points in the paint for that to for them to get blown out that bad.
Yeah, as opposed to like, let me put it like this. I think because their strength is defense, and Auburn, Alabama are kind of like 19th and like 30th in KenPom in defense. So it's not like a specialty. I think their floor on offense is a lot lower than Auburn, Alabama's floor on defense.
Yeah.
Because I think it's unfair to talk about you got basically the two most elite offenses in the country. I know that's never going to be Tennessee. But if you just compare our defenses to their offense, I think our ceilings, their floor is so much lower than ours. Because even when Auburn, Alabama have a bad defensive game, they have the offense to back it up. That was very concerning to watch. Yeah, I have a lot of concerns
talking about
them.
Tennessee at Texas.
I think Tennessee's going to win, but I'm less confident now. In fact, I would kind of be. I don't know what the line will be. I imagine it'll be kind of high points. I don't think I would take Tennessee if we were doing lines and it was like the Auburn line. I mean, Auburn didn't cover, so.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee. If we were doing lines, I would be curious to what the line would be. If it was,
Well, if they just give them Auburn's, if they just give them the Auburn line, it would be 9.5.
Yeah, I would say 9 or more. I would be, but I don't think Texas is that great.
Yeah, they're decent.
They're decent, but I don't.
I will say this. I will say
with
this.
the Arkansas and Ole Misses.
Tennessee doesn't. I mean, Texas does have a lottery pick on their team, so they always have that guy that can score.
Y'all convinced me. I'm gonna say Tennessee has a skid right here. I'm gonna say Texas wins.
I mean, I wouldn't. It's law of averages. I don't think Texas is gonna start. Damn, bro, you gotta throw the ball.
Next up, Oklahoma at Georgia. Georgia's got a huge win. Beat Kentucky pretty well. And then also Oklahoma failed to show up. Lost to A&M. They didn't fail to show up. They played a close game, but I'm gonna go Georgia. Georgia at home. Georgia looked good. Beat Kentucky. Oklahoma's kind of fallen off. They undefeated, but maybe a little bit of frauds almost. Max,
We go Georgia as well.
they're about
I
to be
think
ranked.
Oklahoma's very fraudulent. Georgia just beat a good Kentucky team, so
Georgia.
Next up, Ole Miss at LSU. Taylor, what you got?
Ole Miss. LSU and South Carolina might have LSU might be worse than South Carolina, actually.
Yeah,
I
Believe it or
think they
not.
are. I think they are.
So, Ole Miss looked really good Wednesday. I still have my concerns about Ole Miss when they start playing some bigger teams. Like I think they're going to struggle to rebound against like Auburn, Alabama, and Tennessee, and so. But yeah, their defense is good. I mean, their offense. I like Chris Beard, so I think they're a tournament team right now. But yeah, give me Ole Miss. LSU. I have trouble finding LSU wins this year.
Yeah.
Like they might be like 0-18, but they're still not one of the worst teams in the last 20 years in the SEC. Like
Yeah.
they're still not even one of the bottom 20 worst teams because like some of these teams from 2012 they would beat. You know what I'm saying? It's just the league they're in.
SEC is stacked. We are stacked this
Yeah.
year. We are stacked. I'm
Well,
taking Ole Miss as
Conference
well.
you knew
in the country.
somebody was going to have an ugly record, and it's going to be LSU and the South Carolinas. But I
South
mean,
Carolina has
South
the
Carolina
worst
beat
record in the
Clemson.
SEC.
South Carolina
South
beat
Carolina,
Clemson,
they have the
who
worst
beat
record in
Kentucky.
the SEC,
Yeah.
and it's
Like
10-5.
right, and like so those two teams are going to go 2-16, 3-15, or maybe 0-18. But don't get it twisted. I really don't think they're as bad. If they were in the other conferences, they probably could be around 500.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
You have Ole Miss, Max?
I got Ole Miss. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Kentucky at Mississippi State.
Mm.
This is gonna be a fun one.
I have a hot take on this. I'll go last.
High scoring. I'm gonna take Mississippi State. I
Wow,
think Mississippi
dumbass threw
State
a
is going
pick.
to win.
Threw a
Through a
pick.
pick?
What an idiot.
I kind of feel like that. I feel like that
In his
righted the
own
wrong of the.
territory.
I felt like that righted the wrong of the pass interference call.
Yeah, it does.
Max, who are you taking? I know. Are you taking Mississippi State or Kentucky?
Where's it at?
At Mississippi
Mississippi State.
State.
Give me Mississippi State.
Okay, so here's my hot take on this. This game might not be close. If Kentucky's not careful, they will get run the fuck out of this gym. Kentucky's problem. I watched Kentucky with Georgia. I didn't really talk about it. They're not athletic. They lack athletes. That is a very scary thing to have in this conference. Like to not have athletes. Mississippi State is very athletic. Yeah, watch out. Like this could be if Kentucky doesn't hit their threes at a high clip in this game, they'll get run. I think if they hit their clip threes at a high clip, then they'll be in the game. I still think even if they hit their clip, they lose. Mississippi State is win the SEC good. They don't get talked about enough. I mean,
Mhm.
I think right now
You gave them a lot of love last podcast.
a lot of bracketology has them as a 2 seed right now. Like the first 3 seed, a low two, the last 2 seed. Like that's how yeah. I like Mississippi State. I'm terrified. Because I always said in the past, I said, man, Mississippi State would be scary if they had the same team and they had 3-point shooters. Because like, what did you do last year? You just block the paint in and you tell them to shoot the ball and they make 1 3 out of like 55 attempts. Now you can't do that, and they still have those guys. Kind of scary. Yeah.
Yeah, Max, you already gave yours. You said Mississippi State.
Yep.
All right, last one. Alabama at A&M.
This is a
Alabama's
good
gonna
one.
win. Alabama's gonna win. We've been
No
playing
way.
at Mark
I'm pretty sure Wade Taylor will probably still be out. Yeah, that
We're
was the
gonna
other thing
win.
about A&M beating Oklahoma without Wade Taylor. That was pretty cool.
Mark Sears is playing a lot better, starting to get the shots up, more points, a lot of assists. Grant Nelson's been very stellar this year, playing great. I thought to kind of said the same stuff last podcast. Phylon looks good. Reed, Diabate, Amori. I mean, Alabama's starting to look very good. Bama's gonna win. I think we're gonna win.
Hey, one more real quick on Mississippi State. I'm just looking at their schedule. So they play Kentucky. Their next two games are Kentucky at home and at Auburn. So
Big time for them.
yeah, Alabama's gonna win. They're playing good right now. A&M will bug them early on with their style of play, but I think Alabama's more physical than they have been in most years. So I think the matchup that got y'all so much with them in the years past, like even that the 1 seed year, like when they beat y'all and y'all went 16-2, they like it just bothered you with physicality. And even last year, you were kind of bothered with some physicality. Y'all got more physical when you went on your run, but this year you can't say that. I mean,
Well, having
Cliff is Cliff.
Big Cliff, yeah.
I mean, really, Cliff. I'm not downing you. This is not a backhanded compliment. Really, like if Cliff was in an like y'all just don't really run post ups much in your offense. He's actually a pretty damn good post up player. But I mean,
He
this
got
is
some
not
good
what
cuts.
Nate doesn't do that, and that's fine. You have the second best offense in the country.
He's been really
according to
good at
KenPom.
slipping screens.
Yeah, so
He's getting better. He's getting better on the offense.
well, he changed his whole game to go there. I mean, his
Yeah.
game was post up game. So I kind of
Yeah.
credit him, and I mean, it makes sense if you're trying to go to the league.
But he hasn't had like a giant, huge impact. But I think he has in a smaller way, and just in
It's
a way,
been
and just in of presence.
Well,
He's there.
just keeping Nelson from playing the
You
five.
know,
presence, and that's exactly
yeah.
it. Freeing up Nelson has been the
Because
biggest
Grant
thing.
Nelson is not a five.
No, he's not. He's too skinny.
No,
I am I
he's
still
stretch four.
I'm interested how they. I mean, Nelson's still going to end up on Broom in the Iron Bowl because Dylan plays center. Broom plays
Always
the
can I
four.
say one thing about Nelson? He has some of the nicest layups when he
And dunks.
yes.
If he gets downhill on a fast break, he will dunk it on you.
I've never seen that dude kick the ball out when I need one of your guys to make a three on Prize Picks. What a dumbass play call, really, but it worked.
Y'all are so much ahead of me. Y'all keep saying stuff, and I don't
Wow.
see it.
Why would you?
Notre Dame's about to win.
Well, let's see
Really?
if they make it. But why would you risk that? I don't know. That didn't even look open.
Oh, they passed it. Ooh,
And it really
what
was.
a
Yeah,
horrible
that's what
decision to pass.
that's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, that's all our basketball picks. Now we're just going to give you our 3-team and then our prize picks. I'll start off the 3-team, and mine's straight up NFL. And yeah, Philly minus 4.5. I kind of gave you all the reasons why. Uh, I think Saquon's going to be able to do good. I think Jordan Love's going to throw a pick. I think they're going to turn it over. Rams +1. They're going to be playing for LA. I think they just have a lot of weapons. I'm not really sure about Sam Darnold. Texans +3 at home. They don't got to win it. They just got to cover the 3 points. I think CJ Stroud magic happens. And if they don't win, they keep it close. So that's it. Taylor?
I wrote this wrong. Why did I write Oklahoma?
Don't ruin if they make the field goal or not for me, please.
I won't. I think I'm ahead of both of
You're
you.
ahead of both of us. I don't know
Unless
why I
they
wrote
miss
this down
it,
wrong,
then
but
you can tell
my,
me.
my my 3-team is no, yeah. My 3-team is Tennessee money line, Iowa State money line, and I don't know why I wrote Oklahoma. I meant Georgia money line against Oklahoma. Iowa State's playing. Let me find it. It was a decent game. Oh, they're playing at Texas Tech. That's always a tough place to play, but I think Iowa State is.
Okay, good.
I think the 4 best team in the country is Auburn, Alabama, Duke, and Iowa State.
I agree.
Iowa State's scary, man. I don't want to play them again. They got lengthy guards. They can defend. They can shoot. Like they're Florida, but they play better defense, if that makes sense. Like they got the 3 big guards, but their 3 big guards are like 3 elite on-ball defenders. And then yeah, I like Georgia beat Oklahoma. I think Georgia's a lot better than a lot of people thought, I guess, including me. I always thought they were the line in the conference for making it or not, but that might be Arkansas, to be honest with you. Yeah. Max.
Max 13.
I got
And then you
Bucks
can give your
cover
prize
3 versus the Commanders. I got Bills money line, and I got Bama covers whatever the line turns out to be.
Cool. You can go ahead and give your prize picks.
Right, my prize picks. Here we go. So we got Quinn Ewers throwing over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And catching one of those over 1.5 touchdowns will be Gunnar Helm. And then Mark Andrews will catch a touchdown. Matthew Stafford will throw over for 1.5 touchdowns. And then Zane Gonzalez for the Commanders will kick over 1.5 field goals made. And you bet $20 on that, you go home with a little nice 880 in your pocket.
Nice, huh?
I'll take so mine is it's 3 guys. It's a better payout than I normally give. He made it. Wow. My bad. I were me and you were me and you were normally I'm so used to when we do these, me and you being equal. I'm so sorry, Alex.
That one looked crazy.
That's why I said it, because I was like, I thought he missed it, and I said it, and I'm in my head I said missed it, and I corrected myself. I'm so sorry. Derrick Henry over 98.5 rushing yards. Russell Wilson. Well, I said that for last. J.K. Dobbins over 62.5. He's looked good since coming out off the IR. And then I'm going to go Russell Wilson over 31.5 pass attempts. They're going to be behind in the game. They're going to have to throw the ball.
All right, last one. You know what I do. 6 legs right here. $10 wins $390. Not all red goblins this week. We're going to play a little smarter. We're going to do some not so crazy ones. So Derrick Henry touchdown. Josh Jacobs touchdown. Now we got some red goblins right here for prize picks. Russell Wilson over 1.5 touchdowns. Kind of same reason that Taylor said a lot of pass attempts. Think they're going to be down, so they're going to have to throw it. Nico Collins touchdown catch. He's their only really main receiver that's still left. So Brian Robinson Jr.
You win for a touchdown pass from Nico Collins.
I think that'd win a lot of money. And then last one, Jalen McMillan touchdown catch for the Bucks. $10 will win you $390. So not too bad. But all right, that has been this podcast. Y'all got anything else to say before we get out of here?
Nope.
All right, well, that's the weekend's over. Hope y'all win some money. We'll be back Monday to talk. Be back Tuesday to talk about playoffs and all that good stuff. So we'll see y'all later.